Hello, Spirit and Life Church. Today, we want to continue to speak to you and share with you about goodness. And an example of goodness is, of course, how we treat each other. And when we recognize that what we are doing is not self serving, but serves others, that's another example of goodness, that we don't focus on what our needs are, but focus on needs of others and set them and their needs at a priority. An example of this is Martin Luther King Jr. He set his life's work above everything else and gave a sacrifice. And he even sacrificed his life, as you know. And what he did for goodness was an example of what we're sharing today. There are other things in Martin Luther King's life I want to share with you. And one was that in his letter to the Birmingham jail, he wrote a letter to the clergy saying that they were not supporting him in a way that he would have hoped, and that they were looking at their own concerns and their own resources and what they desired for their lives over what Martin Luther King was trying to do as far as civil rights was concerned. And so he was disappointed, and he wrote this letter to the clergy of Alabama from the Birmingham jail. Another thing that happened in Martin Luther King's life is that the Baptist clergy turned away from him. And as a result, the Progressive National Baptist Convention was formed in order to support Martin Luther King Jr. because his home convention had turned away from him, which is the Baptist General Convention. So these are some of the instances that we see throughout history where people don't necessarily focus on good, but focus on their own desires, their own interests, rather than focusing on what's good for the whole. So today, as we go forward and we think about how we can do good in every regard, let us not be self-serving and think about our own needs, but let's think about the needs of the community, think about the needs of the nation, our families, our church, and all those groups that we represent. Goodness. Goodness is a virtue, is a fruit of the Spirit that we honor and that we cherish and that we uplift today. May goodness and mercy follow us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. God bless you.